And what's good, YouTube? It's Supreme J here. Now today we are going over a crazy story time, man. Based at the happiest place on earth. Sometimes it's not so happy. So let's just get into it. Basically, my favorite ride on the Disneyland side of things is the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railroad because it's kind of like, it kind of moves around just enough to where it's exciting, but it's not too kiddie, but it's not too crazy. The music's really catchy. That Nothing Can Stop Us Now. And overall, like, it's a newer ride, so like the technology that they put in there, like the way that the ride moves, like it's not on the track, but like it knows exactly where to move, things like that, right? So, I'm on the ride, and there's a part where you go into Daisy Duck's like little ballerina place, and basically you're doing salsa in the ride, right? You're going back and forth basically, and you're doing a little spins and stuff. Cool. Well, I was sitting on the edge of the ride, and because if somebody was a little bit bigger than I was, my lap bar was not even touching me. Like, I probably have like this much space between like my stomach and the lap bar. So when the salsa part came on, it was like it was actually tossing me around, which is hilarious because it's supposed to be mimicking salsa. So as you're leaving the salsa room, I was literally turned in my seat like this, holding onto the bar because of how aggressive the machine was as it was spinning and going from one side to the other side. So that last spin, step, boom, my phone just completely fell, or not even fell, it just flung out of my pocket because unfortunately I was wearing cargo pants, and I didn't think that the ride was that, I didn't remember the ride being that crazy. So my phone just it got yeeted straight out of my pocket, and I hear it go, and I was like, damn. In my head, I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, maybe the phone has just a cracked screen, you know? Because like I'm only off like you're only off the ground like 4 feet because you're sitting down and the ride is not that tall, and yeah, I felt like I was moving fast, but I was like, okay, I wasn't moving that fast. So worst case, cracked screen, and I'll take my loss and pay to fix it. Was not worst case. The phone bent. The iPhone 17 Pro Max bent. To give you a visualization, because I don't have the phone with me and I'm phoneless, basically, imagine that this is the edge of the phone, right? Okay. The phone literally bent inward like that, right? And ironically, the screen had zero damage to it physically, despite the frame of the phone being bent inward like that. But either A, that's how fragile the new aluminum frame is for the 17 Pro Max, or B, the phone got flung out way harder than I can imagine. But suffice to say that they had to stop the ride, and I get my phone. He says to me, I says, have a good day. I initially see it, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. I can't tell if the screen shattered. Turn on, and bottom of the screen is blacked out. There's like a white line going downward. There's a white line going across. The phone's tweaking out. The screen is just flashing. It's turning on and off. I go, oh, you're kidding me, bro. So that was yesterday. Today was the day that I drove my 911 all the way back from Southern California to Northern California. So I had to rely on my girlfriend, um, for her Apple CarPlay to have the maps, because obviously I don't know how to get from LA to home. But also too, like, I didn't want to be bored, that I literally just drove the whole way. We stopped to eat lunch. I kept on driving. She had to drive. I was like, no. So Yeah, being without your phone when you're so used to having your phone at your hand like every second is insane. But not, not even just that. Like obviously you want to text your friends, like, or you're like, okay, well, you're at Disneyland, like, well, you're stuck in line for a ride. I play Pokemon Pocket. I want to rip packs, go on a random battle, things like that. I want to watch some TikToks while I'm waiting in line. Um, and I mean, yeah, like that's why I didn't want to not drive back home today, despite I could have got some extra sleep because it's just like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like man, it's bad. It sounds bad, but that's the first time in my life in so long that I've been without a phone. It's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So then I had to go to the Apple store, which is another 20-minute drive there. Then I had to wait because, it's a walk in. So I had to wait for them. And then I had to leave it there, drive back. And now I have to drive all the way back over there tomorrow to pick it up. Thank God I don't work tomorrow. But yeah, so that's my story time of how my iPhone 17 Pro Max got destroyed at Disneyland because that screen was tweaked out and that frame was bent. So here's the funny part: I'm not even getting a new phone. Apple is just giving me a new frame and then they're giving me a new screen. So all my internals are the same. Like my battery's the same, my memory drive or whatever will be the same, but it's just gonna have like a brand new shell and screen projector or whatever. So I mean that's cool. Hopefully I don't have any problems. At least I don't have to worry about like using a loaner phone or like having to worry about like transferring all my data again because I just got the phone literally like barely over a month ago. So but yeah, probably one of the most craziest things that like just bad luck. Like yeah, I should have put it like in my backpack, but like I said, I don't remember like the thing coming to that hard of a stop. So I was like, oh. But yeah, that's my story time for y'all. Peace.